Hey, welcome back. We got Season 33 War number 4 coming up. We got another good one here, sticking with Path 7. As usual, we got about 7 fights here, bringing along Spider-Man 99, Antivenom for 1 fight, and mostly the synergy. And then we're also bringing Doom for 1 fight. So another Spider-Man heavy war, but got some different matchups this time. So pretty excited. So let's go ahead and hop in. So this first fight, we have a Purgatory here with the power bond and then the kinetic transference. So can definitely understand the placement here because she can gain a lot of power. But the plan is with Spider-Man is to just keep her from gaining any power. So yeah, the plan is to just do a dash back right at the start to keep my Wither Paws, because that's going to be crucial in making sure that this fight stays under control. So they normally play into that. They usually start off pretty aggressive, so you can start with a parry, but with his playstyle, I think it's more beneficial to start with the immediate deck, so you just pause the Wither right from the start. So you just keep that Wither paused, and then same kind of play style. I feel like I'm bringing him so much to war that I'm going to forget how to play everybody else. So, but when you can sit here and then I've got 5 hits on her right now and she's down to half health already. When you can play it that way, it's really just usually a super safe play style, and then it's very rewarding. You saw how much that rupture damage did. So an absolute menace on offense, and I'm loving every second of it. So super clean fight there. Moving on to the next fight we got coming up here. So the plan here was to slap on an invul boost because the chances of him getting to 3 bars of power are pretty likely, since I can't really power drain him thanks to the vivified node. It makes him immune to any like power burn, power steal, or anything like that besides power log. So I'm not really going to be able to use Doom like normal. I won't be able to get the power steal or anything like that, but I will be able to keep the buffs nullified. So the invul boost is just kind of like a safety precaution that I'm going to be using. So jumping right in here, other than that, what I just said, it's pretty much just play Doom close to normal. I've got a rank 4 Doom here, so I can definitely tank. Like, there's no way that I will probably even come close to eating 3 of his specials. But I think that Vision Arkus on this node is a pretty good placement because he can gain power so fast. And if you try to spend too much time baiting his special 1, you're going to start getting that brute force. So the likelihood of him getting to a special 3 is pretty high under most circumstances. So I just kind of brought in a tank. Brought a tank to a knife fight here. I should be getting a lot of power gain thanks to Mystic Dispersion and nullifying his thing. So I'm just going to keep launching specials until he's gone. So as you can see, he's down to like 2% health, but this will be the first use of my invul boost. So I had 2 in the tank just in case. That were definitely not needed, but better safe than sorry. This was the first time I've gotten the opportunity to bring Doom to war this season, so I was pretty excited and pretty sad I didn't get to use him for much, but it was a super simple fight. Could be a very scary hard fight, but Doom and invul boost is pretty much the shout. So next up here, we're going to be taking this Tigra with Antivenom. She's on the hazard shift, incinerate poison. Antivenom's immune to both. So beyond that, there's really nothing to worry about here except Tiger's normal unblockability, which, if I'm not mistaken, it has chances to fail with, I'm going to go for the decelerate here, so I think that that kind of counts as like a slow. So you'll see a lot of procs on the right when she goes to launch her specials. You'll just see it spamming unblockable failed once I get a couple more of these up. So just kind of playing slow, you know, keeping an eye out for the specials. The special ones usually pretty easy to dex. So the Petrify really helps with keeping the power at bay. I wasn't sure if they were running Mystic Dispersion or not, but I'm not really proccing any buffs anyways, but the Petrify will help mitigate that anyway. So there was a good one. You can see all the unblockable faileds there. At this point, I got 2 of the decelerates up, and then the Petrify is just keeping the willpower healing at bay and helping turn it against her a little bit. So the fight's going super good. I love bringing Antivenom with Spider-Man because, one, he's so beneficial and basically lets Spider-Man get right into his ramp up, and 2, he's actually really useful, especially in like this section with the hazard shift. You know, he's very flexible in section 1 and can be used like that. So next up, got another Domino here on this Spite, and what's the other node called? The Rise to Power. So I think I've taken this fight, this exact fight with Spider-Man, almost every war so far. It's pretty much clockwork at this point, you know, just same sort of strategy, Dex back. I'm not going to be playing him with the typical way because I think that the Ruptures have a chance to fail against her here, so I don't want to take too much crit fail damage. So I'm really just kind of playing against Domino and not against, you know, the map. So I'm just, you know, watching out for her going lucky, watching out for me going unlucky. And then I've said it before, but I think that Domino has weird timing. If you do a 5-hit combo, she feels to me like last season I think I died a few times to a Domino because I would do my 5-hit combo and then it felt like there was like no recovery window after, so she just instantly retaliated, and then, you know, you get stunned, she crits really hard, and then you die. So at this point, you know, the fight is going pretty good. There's really not much to control. I'm still close to a full yellow bar here. She's on her way out the door, so I'm basically just looking for one more opening here to get this special 2 off, and then it should be good. So really just trying to bait that special 2 out. So yeah, she's kind of like just holding on to the last moments of her life here, and then let this baby rip, and then down she goes. So she really didn't want to don't let it end this way, she's screaming, but you know, sorry for you, it's over. Next up, I got this Spiderham here on the aspect of evolution, kinetic transference. So I'm going to pause it here real quick and talk about this fight. So I went back and forth a few times on who I wanted to use for this. Antivenom could be a pretty good counter to this because the fact that, you know, Spider-Verse champions, as long as you have the Kleitner debuff or whatever, they can't evade you. And that's going to be one of the tricky things to fight spam here, is obviously sometimes his evade, and then he'll go immediately unblockable and then whack you with a hammer in the face. So I thought about that. And plus he has the Petrify that could help keep the power controlled and everything like that. And I was thinking about leaning into that. Alternatively, Doom could also probably handle this. You know, I could keep the power control down and lock him down that way, really high base attack. But ultimately what I decided to do was, after a few rounds of practicing against spam here, I decided that, you know, my man Spider-Man, he's going to be the most comfortable for me. You know, I can just play into the block and everything else. So let's check out and see how it goes. So yeah, I'm going to be really keen on looking out for his evasion. That way I don't get whacked in the face with this hammer. I'm going to be looking out for when I get my special ones and things like that, so he don't get a lot of spider nonsense, because I am going to be hitting into the block a lot. I'm going to be looking out for his dash back into holding block. That way I don't go in to hit the block and he evades me there. So I think there is a couple times where I do that, but I am ready for it because I know it's about to happen. So I think I make a slip up right about here, and I think I get caught on a dash back intercept. Sometimes, like, yeah, there it is. So Spiderham, he can be pretty aggressive, and his reach is long for a little pig, so he catches me a lot. But so yeah, just following through. I got 19 ruptures up right here. My wither's still paused. Not super worried about the wither. The only thing that it's really going to do here is help with the kinetic transference a little bit, and then keep my ability to stack the withers up. So you can see right there, he did the dash back, but I knew it was coming. I watched him dash back into his block, so I immediately dodged back. So yeah, you know, along with all the porker poppers stacking on me, I was able to top up my health there and finish with a full yellow bar against ultimately what could be a very scary fight. Could get out of hand if he's throwing a special too a lot. So yeah. Next up, first encounter here of the season, a Darkhawk, a wild Darkhawk has appeared. So this one's new. I went back and forth a little bit on who to use here, you know, Doom or Spider-Man. I almost went in with Doom, and then I was like, nah, son, I'm going in with Spider-Man. He's going to be the king. So let's just go in with Spider-Man. Using the same strategy here, you know, as long as I keep my wither pause whenever he launches his special one beam that's kind of hard to dex, it shouldn't give him too much power. So I'm not really worried about his auto block because my damage is going to be coming via the ruptures, and so I'm just really focusing on keeping the wither pause as always. I will take some openings if the shield ain't up, that way I can gain some power in case I let my wither fall off, but it can happen sometimes, so I kind of just take it as I can get it. Really just annoying me there. He's just kind of sitting there waiting, almost, it appears, for my debuffs to fall off. Kind of he knows what I'm doing, so it seems a little weird how canny the AI can be sometimes. So going pretty well at this point. 20 ruptures on, debuffs are paused, push him over bar, and yep, there's the common mistake I make. I take this node almost every single war, and like 3 out of 5 times I will waste my special 2. But at least with Spider-Man, there's an alternative, like a secondary effect applying the wither. So he got his shield up there, and I just decided to just parry heavy until he was down. So clean solo there. Happy with the way it turned out. I ate a little bit more health than I wanted, but ultimately, you know, as long as you finish the fight without dying, you're pretty good. So scouting around Boss Island there, I have only one fight to do here, unfortunately, and it's the Mangog. I'm going to be dropping an invul boost just in case I mismanage my wither and accidentally let it fall off. It can go south pretty quickly if you let it, but as long as you stay on top of your stuff, then it's a pretty cut and dry fight. I've fought him here many times this season and last season. I think I took him once last season with the Tigra, but I was running path 9 then, so I think I drop an invul boost just in case. It might have still been active, I'm not sure, but going in here, I'm going to start with a Dex right out the gate. Keep the wither pause, give him some power, that way he can start exploding as soon as he's crossing that threshold. So the goal here is, as always, just keep my wither pause, stack the ruptures, push him over bars of power, and then watch him explode. When I do hit combos into him, I try not to do a full 5-hit combo, so I don't give him any unnecessary rage charges, because if he goes unstoppable and blockable thanks to that, then you know, it can get a little troublesome. But it helps with this playstyle a little bit because you can just keep dexing him. It seems like when he goes in rage, he gets a little bit more aggressive, so it's usually pretty easy to keep your wither pause, let the rage and stuff fall off, and then go right back to it. So Fight's moving along here, about 30 seconds in. He's going down. I got 19. One more rupture burst should get him down. If he'll, allow it. Like, sir, if you'll allow it, please. Give it to me. But, yeah, he lost the wither there, so thankfully I was running the indestructible boost because that hurt, but that's okay, because that's the last fight of the war I had. No deaths this war. Pretty clean fights, pretty much all the way around. That was the most damage I took. But hey, I was happy with the way this war turned out. Unfortunately, I didn't get more bosses on Boss Island, or I actually didn't get to take the final boss here because I think someone was bringing in Tigra or Shang-Chi or something. I can't remember. I think it was a Tigra that took that one out. But clean war. Let me know what you guys think. How did I do? What mistakes did you see that I made? Give me some tips. I don't think I'm the best Spider-Man player out there. I consider myself pretty decent, but I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who play him better than I do. Let me know what you think about Path 7, man. Like, what matchups have you seen out there? But yeah, feel free, if you like it, check out my other Alliance War Season 33 videos, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. So War 6 should be coming up after this one. Thanks for watching, guys.